Glorious day to you, my friends. Today we're going to talk about the white Agatha and the white ray of God. But first, I saw two amazing license plates on my way over here to Crescent Lake. One is nurture your Aquarian fire-centered wishes and blissful exchanges with grace. They do all fit with the theme of the day of the white Agatha. So my people first talked about the white Agatha late 2013. I'm going, what? But I instantly knew that they were talking about the white light and the beings, the collective consciousness of the white light. And then I did a little more research, and the only thing that came up about beings was the Great White Brotherhood, and I haven't read about them in a while, but they're of a similar vibration. I remember reading about them and not getting a conflicting resonation from them or from the white Agatha. So let's talk first about the rays of God and incarnation points and some alien species. So the various rays of God for the species, different species incarnated with different intentions, and incarnation intentions come from which ray of God you come from. The golden ray of God, the Lyrans incarnated from the golden ray of God, where they experience oneness and individuality, but without separation. So they don't ever experience what we humans experience, separation from God. And they're part of the creational energy. They're one of the first races, and are imbued with that creational energy. So are the Hathor, so are a couple other races. So coming out of the blue ray, some of the blue Pleiadians come out of the blue ray. The ray of wisdom, the ray of truth. So the Arcturians. There are some Arcturians that come out of the orange ray, but hey. And the white ray. White light is all of the visible light, all the various kinds combined. And what I understood when they first talked about the white Agatha is that we have come here unified with God as light beings to experience the contrast that is here on planet Earth, and to return to the light and to return to the oneness, the unity with God. So we come here to experience the separation and then return to the light. Simple as that. Which makes sense in this incarnation, this humanness, this masterclass that we're all in. The white ray was the incarnation and the original intention for this solar system. That means our sun, even though it's a yellow sun, is based in the white light. And even Mars and the Martians, they're based in the white light. To help the consciousness and the evolution of consciousness of this solar system experience the separation from God and from separation from the unity consciousness, if you don't like the G word, and then return to it. The consciousness of this solar system is not done evolving, so let us not dwell upon that. We're talking about you, and we're talking about me, all the me's and all the you's that are out there listening. And interestingly, when we look up the name Agatha and the history of Agatha, it comes from the ancient Greek agathos, and forgive me, all you Greeks out there, in my pronunciation. It means good and noble. And then we would look up Agatha in Sanskrit. That means so many very similar things. I came here. I have come. I have returned. Interesting on that one. Check out the description. There's links to a whole bunch of different articles on the meaning of these things. And there's Agatha and Agatha, different. And interestingly, when I first heard of the white Agatha, I'm thinking of Agartha. You know, the Telosians are from the white ray also. The telos is a word for higher consciousness, the consciousness of God, those who are from God, theos, telos. In the white Nordic Pleiadians, and in the Lemurians. The light beings, the Lemurians. They came here to be the scientists. Consciousness before has not experienced this level of duality, and the Lemurians and the Atlanteans were designers of the evolution of DNA, of the physicality, because this matrix was not fully developed until then. This third dimension, what does it mean to be in the third dimension? And what is consciousness going to be in the third dimension? Let's see, what else did I want to talk about? Yeah, that's right, your inner being. Ki anata zita haskaya atiria rahasa. And the wind confirms. You are a light being. You. If you incarnated here on planet Earth in the 3D, you came to experience the contrast, the master class of the contrast, to help further life consciousness beyond what it was before. With opposites. That's what contrast is, opposites. Lyrians don't quite understand this concept of opposites, of total contrast, where I can do lots of good things and then I can do bad things too. I can experience those overwhelming emotions, and I can act either, I can react to my emotions, or I can act in regardless of, or using them as knowledge, not necessarily that I'm going to avoid these emotions no matter what, I'm going to do what it takes to feel good. I'm not saying not to pay attention to your emotions. That's your guidance system. And a pelican's gonna land in the water soon, maybe. Get some food. You are the masters. You came here for the master class. Those of you who are experiencing depression, or contemplating ending it, you're a part of this consciousness. You're a part of it. I believe in you. And hopefully soon you will believe in yourself. Because you are the light. And you shall return to the light. It's the essence of the book, The Little Soul in the Sun, which is required reading for the first level of Aquarian fire. In this duality, this yin-yang, this, if you look at the Bagua symbol, the sages have talked about it for years. No matter what, there is light in the darkness and dark in the lightness. That's the whole purpose of this duality. And in this physical realm, cannot have light without the dark. We don't know what the dark is without the light, and we don't know what the light is without the dark. That's why we're here. Siarana atokuto ursha. Sihi saaya katati riana hatokuru. Ursha hasaaya kati tiaranarta hiarata. Which is one of the reasons why judgment is not necessarily a good thing. Judgment is simply an attachment. Some people try to think of it as discernment. I don't want that, which is fine. But that's you knowing what you want to create and what you want to experience. But saying that somebody else is bad and then doesn't deserve to be here in this 3D. That was the interesting dream I had last night. I had this knowing. We'll get there. The wind is confirming. There was this guy I was supposed to kill. Well, either they don't want me to talk about it, or they're too busy confirming. You know, and I trusted my people. I go, okay, well, if that's what I got to do. But then I get in the guy's vibration, and I'm going, it's just like, doesn't make sense. This is a good person. This is a good being. That's all I feel is benevolence coming off of this person. This is like, no, I'm not going to do it. And when I remove entities, it's not like I'm removing the entities. The holy fire is removing the entity. And I'm not destroying it. I'm asking the holy fire to take it back to God, so that God can deal with it. There are rules to this 3D reality. There are rules to the consciousness. And if an entity is here breaking the other person's free will, then yeah, the holy fire has every right to remove it. I think there's only one video that there was an egoic being that removed the entity. I think it was Vahi Lakash. But their whole purpose is to be the opposite of those negative beings and harmonize with it. Basically neutralizing that vibration, where both vibrations go away. But we're talking about the white Agatha. And then I got curious about agate, and it's derived from the same name, and when you feel various colors of agate, it feels similar. And I got the same feeling when I was feeling aragonite. But that's named from a river in Spain, in the Aragon region of Spain. But it has the water and the earth energy. But this white ray of God, Nirata Atikariata Kaskutur Hutuku. All the light codes that come from our sun carry the vibrations of the white ray, carry the vibrations of reminding us of who we truly are inside, that we are the light, the true light, not this light from the Matrix, where the good point the fingers at the bad, and the bad point the fingers at the good. Yeah, and they're confirming it's just like that's a never-ending cycle, where good annihilates the bad and the bad annihilates the good, where both sides vilify each other. You get nowhere that way. You get somewhere by aligning with the divine, by ascending in your consciousness, and realize that there's nothing to fight over. That doesn't mean stop picking up litter. It doesn't mean stop caring for Gaia. It doesn't mean any of those things. Hopefully you can see that each individual is on their own path, creating their reality as they prefer, based on so many different things, based on their soul contract, based on all the experiences they've had so far in their soul. They're looking for different, which is the same thing as looking for balance and harmony. They're looking for somewhere else on the spectrum of experience to fulfill their soul's need for experience, completeness, whatever it is. And if you see them as the white Agatha sees them, as your angels see them and see you, you would just see a cheering section. Go, 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 you got this, you got this. They're simply reminding you that you are the light, and you can choose that viewpoint at any point in time. It's the whole point of the white Agatha. It's non-judgmental. It's non-competitive, like unlike the seagulls. They're all about competition. When one seagull gets a piece of meat, a piece of whatever, everybody else in the area wants to fight them for it for some dumb reason. But it's hilarious. But that's the life they chose. I'm going to out-scavenge you. I don't have to understand it. But can I not judge it? Can I see its value? Can I see the beauty in it? Might be one way of saying it. Can we see the higher viewpoint of it? And it's not really a higher viewpoint. It's more a heart-based viewpoint. But when we keep talking about ascension, it's around the idea of elevating or going upwards. And since our chakras are aligned in a vertical nature, and we see ourselves in this 3D world, that's all hilarious. So remember, when you're talking to your spirit guides, to your alien friends, their point of view might come from a different incarnation point, but they're also talking to you, and you are in this 3D reality. They understand. You resonate with them on some level. The information they're giving you resonates with you on some level. From where you are right now to where you want to be in the next now. You can see it as they are talking to you judgmentally. You should do this and you should do that. I've kicked out guides for less. I go, I don't know how you got in my vibration if you're talking to me like that. Don't shoot on me, please. So be easy on yourself when you're experiencing those high levels of contrast. When you don't think you're thinking right. When you're experiencing the funk. When you feel you're a little down or a lot down. When you're experiencing depression or even worse. Take a moment and breathe. Just a couple of breaths. Maybe set up a jar of positive thoughts. When you have a positive thought, put something in it. Put a piece of paper in it. Put a penny in it. Or when you're feeling positive and you want to write yourself a note, just write yourself a quick positive note. Put it in the jar. Maybe call it a gratitude jar. Every once in a while, when you experience gratitude or when you think of something that you're grateful for, put something in the jar. You can empty it every day. You can empty it, once a week, whatever it is. But when you look at it, say, wow, there's a lot more in it than I thought there would be in it. Tihatata anahasi. Chuchuko oruto uta anahasi. Achahasa akai. Iti rohono orohutukutu tukushaya tatir yartata. Shahayaka anahasa katia tukuruhuto. You are 100% successful. Sometimes that's a difficult topic to understand. What you give out to the universe is what you get back. If you're experiencing frustration right now, you've been given frustration to the universe. And the whole point of the gratitude jar and the gratitude stone and the positive jar is simply help us to remind ourselves that there is beauty in the world. When we're depressed, when we're in the funk, it's hard to see the beauty. It's hard to see the gratitude. It's hard to see everything. And those things are just a little reminder. That's why I have a gratitude stone in my pocket when I notice it jingling. It's time to give gratitude. Either gratitude for something that happened just now or something that you're thankful for or grateful for. You know, who is a person that you just talked to? Who's somebody that brought a smile to your face? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. The more it jingles, the more you'll find gratitude in your life. Maybe it's a meal that you had. Who knows what it is? Grateful for anything. That is the gentle tuning of our vibration. Katihita na ata arihita kashayatita shahasa anakatita karyataha kona urhuturaha. You are the living light. You are the breathing light. Itsakanari artaha. 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 Ar is the same thing as ur. Ta, that. Ha, breath out or breath, breathing. The light that breathes. Artaha. It sounds a lot like Agatha, doesn't it? Itakanaha si ichuhu katiya tukurhutu. Agatha. One who goes, that is, Isakanahaya. Chichiarata anahasuku uta iti harahna saati takaryarataha. And interestingly, Agatha, the name, besides coming from the ancient Greek, but they've traced it back to Proto-Indo-European. You know, the scientists have made up that language based on sounds and tracing the sounds and finding common sounds among all the languages. And they've traced it to making greatness, which is the interesting thing, because that is exactly what you are doing in this masterclass of human reality in the 3D on planet Earth. Each now you are making greatness. You are moving life and consciousness beyond what it was before. Gloriously, you are making greatness. Okay. This is getting long. So I thank you, my friends, for sharing in my highest bliss and listening all this way into this video. and make it a great day. Because why would you leave it up to anyone else? Niharata ishkananatierta.